Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the first lesson of Focus on Contentstack course. I'm Marcelo Lewin. I'm the Headless Creator. As always, there you go. There's my email address, marcelo@headlesscreator.com. Feel free to reach out to me and with any questions you have. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. It's the first of many more to come. Today, my guest presenter is actually an external person that will be presenting. I won't be presenting today. His name is Nick Nguyen. He's a solutions architect at Contentstack. I won't tell you too much about him because I'm going to bring him on, and then, as always, we'll have that conversation at the beginning. But we're going to talk about group and modular block fields, what they are, how are they different from each other, when to use them. Then we'll run some queries both in REST and GraphQL. But as always, of course, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Headless Creator because you're going to find the on-demand version of this by the end of the day today. And you guys know when I say end of day today, that means probably about an hour and a half. But just in case, I have to say that. You'll find it here under courses, all courses. And then just go to Focus on Contentstack. And then you'll find it there. This one's going to be under administrators and developers. It's mainly focused on that. We're going to have many more lessons later on. Also, if you want to know what's upcoming, just go to courses upcoming and you see everything that's upcoming for this particular week. So every week that will be updated. So as always, register, free registration. You don't have to pay for it, and you get to watch this course and all the other courses, my course on content modeling, which is headless CMS agnostic. You can apply it to whatever headless CMS you use. So that is it. And as you know the drill, I'm going to go ahead and restart the process here for the on-demand version. We like to keep it nice and clean. So we're going to restart the intro, and we'll welcome Nick. So we'll see you in just 1 minute. Well, hello, and welcome to the first lesson of the Focus on Contentstack course. I'm Marcelo Lewin. You can always get a hold of me right there. I always mess this up. I can never get it right. Marcelo@headlesscreator.com. Feel free to reach out anytime you like. Today, my guest presenter is Nick Nguyen. He's a solutions architect at Contentstack. We're going to find out what that really means, what he does. And today we're going to talk about group fields and modular blocks and how are they different in Contentstack, when should you use them, when should you not use them, and then we're going to pull some queries. We're going to run some queries against them using both the REST API and GraphQL. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Nick here. There we go. Nick, welcome.
Hey Marcelo, thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the first lesson of many more to come. So tell us a little bit about your background. So you're a solutions architect. So tell us what that is, and then tell us, how did you get to where you are at today? What's your background? How did you get into computers and all that stuff?
Yeah, so as a solutions architect, I kind of just help customers really navigate our platform, figure out how to really content model and build out their headless content inside Contentstack, and then how to retrieve and display that data on their front ends, whether they're using a JavaScript library, .NET, things like that. I'm just there to really help their engineering teams put the pieces together and then communicate that bridge between the developers and their marketing team and things like that.
Now, you're a developer, right? So how did you get into development itself?
Yeah, it just it's gonna sound super cliche, I guess, but I've always been like a video gamer since I was a kid and on the computer since I was like in elementary school, and just by being on the computer, I just got really interested in it. And then the funny thing is, though, when I went to college, I actually went in as a bio major.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to go to med school, that was a thing, but then I kind of I took a CS class as like an elective, and then I was just like, yep, this isn't for me, I'm going to CS. And then yeah, the rest is history. And then I just got into CS, graduated, and then went right into software development.
Nice. That's, I think, how all of us got into computers, is through gaming,
Yeah,
and then the progression got into, oh, how do you make this happen? And you get interested, right, in that.
exactly. Yeah, I wrote a lot of like mods for video games and unethical stuff, but you know,
Which we won't talk about here today.
yeah, yeah.
Right,
But all for
exactly.
fun, just to learn and things like that. So
So I always like to ask something personal. So I like movies, as you can tell by my background. So what's your favorite movie?
Yeah, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, the whole
Oh,
trilogy.
wow. Okay. That's a trilogy I could never get into. I don't know why. My wife loves it. I couldn't get into it. It's like they're really long and I don't know, maybe I watch it too late at night and I'm already tired, so I fall asleep through it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely a journey. It takes a little while. You have
It
to prepare
does.
yourself mentally for it when it comes on.
Yeah, totally, totally. So let's go ahead and share your screen. I see you unshared your screen. Go ahead and share your screen and we'll jump in as soon as you have the screen shared there.
Perfect.
There we go. We see your screen. So I'm going to go ahead and show your screen there. I'm going to go unmute. If I have any questions, I'll jump in. If anybody else has any questions, I'll ask you, but I'll let you get to it.
Perfect. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about groups and modular blocks today, the difference between the two, and like when you should use one over the other. They're not really a replacement for each other. I like to think of one as like a bicycle and one as a motorcycle. You know, one go farther than the other, but one's better for, going down a mountain, like on a mountain bike, things like that. So they both have their use cases and when you want to use them. We'll start off with the group fields. So generally, group fields are good just to group static content together on your web pages or your digital apps or whatever you're using. It helps organize the content. So let's say, for example, you were running a retail store that had hours and it was only present on the landing page or something like that. This field right here could be like storefront hours, and you could actually have multiple fields, and then actually multiple groups of these fields. So you can have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And it really makes sense for a small use case like this, as there's only a simple amount of fields. You're not really giving a bunch of flexibility to the creators. More so, they're allowed to adjust the hours and add multiple hours that show on your storefront. So that's just a small example of when you would use a group field. Whereas modular blocks kind of take this to the next level in the sense that we are now, or you are now, providing the end user the ability to display and create as many sections and or blocks on the page as you want, and also rearrange those. So it's almost like template building in a sense. As you can see here, we have two sections. Let's say on your website you have a banner and a section or a block of content. A user can now create as many banners and sections on your pages as they hypothetically wanted to, rearrange those, redesign the layouts, and add as much content as really needed without having to actually go out to a developer to create these new pieces.
So now, and I'm sure you're going to jump into this, but for clarification on the modular blocks, the section and the banner, these are content types that you created that then you added here as blocks, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we have this add block button. And in here, let's just say we had, let's go just section 2, and we'll create that. So now we have another section we can add. So say this section was for images and this section was for media. So let me actually rename these to make it a little more clear. So let's go media, and this will go images, and we'll go back to these pieces. So now we have an images section. So say you just had a nice landing page with a section that was just a giant logo, maybe with some text on it. We could drag a file in here for an asset, and then have like this could be the banner image or something like that, or the banner text. And then we also have the media section, which could be, for video files and then text on top of that video file. Or, there's so many combinations, it's hard to really show everything that's possible.
Right.